Okay, how do you stay so grounded in your fuck it mentality? How do you stay so true and like what pulls you in to just be like, fuck it. I am who I am. I'm going to live to my most authentic version of myself. How do you stay true to that?
So I do think in the beginning, or maybe still now, I think the fuck it mentality is a defense mechanism for me. I spiral with the best of them. Don't you fucking fret. I be spiraling, okay? I have moments. And I force myself. I don't know if there's like this other version of me that's like sitting on my shoulder that's like, bitch, and it yanks me out of it. And the only way I find it possible, even, you know, that like really, that viral TikTok that's by Rihanna, that's like, what do you do when you don't wake up, you don't put power? And she's like, fake it. Why not? Like, better than crying yourself to sleep, whatever that like viral TikTok sound is. The fuck it mentality is truly like a defense mechanism to make myself not spiral back into like a crying mess. I think it's really good sometimes to to just like look yourself in the mirror and be like, bitch, grow the fuck up. We're better than this. And I do that. And on top of all of that, like obviously, like I said, it's a defense mechanism to try to not spiral. But I'm just saying it doesn't always come easy to me. Sometimes I have to force myself back into the fuck it mentality. I don't want you guys to think I literally never care. I always care to some degree, right? It's just a lesser degree because I found in my life, if you talk to anyone that knew me in high school, in college, in the first couple years I lived in Nashville, if you speak to anyone, they will be like, that girl was the most insecure. She like lied all the time. Like I've talked about this in previous episodes. Like I was just obsessed with creating myself into the version that made the most sense in any scenario. And that is so easy to sniff out. And you know what it became? It became exhausting. It was exhausting, and it still is exhausting to me personally to be anyone but myself. And so I have just realized that if that is exhausting to someone else, which we know a lot of people are exhausted by me, but if that is exhausting to someone else, there are so many fucking people in this world. Like, just don't talk to me, don't follow me, don't hang out with me. The only exception is, I guess, my family. If they're exhausted by me, fucking tough titties, because y'all got to stay around. But anyone else has every capability, and like they can leave, they can just go. So like I said, other than my family, because big on family, if you don't like what I'm doing, then you gotta go. And sometimes that hurts because sometimes people leave that you like and you don't want them to go, right? But they're like, I can't fucking do this. I'm not into you. I don't like you. Boys, friendships, relationships, anything in life. And that always hurts. But you gotta just keep on moving. The world keeps spinning. You don't meet someone who just like meets you and is like, oh my God, I love Shannon. I love being around Shannon. And you want to be around people that love being around you, because I used to surround myself with people that I was smothering with my like affection, and I could feel them being like annoyed with me or pulling away from me. And I would just go on even thicker, and that just pushes them away even more. It's like guys, like no guy wants to be like smothered like that either. So, I mean, for me, again, use it as a defense mechanism. Anytime I'm sad, I'm like, fuck it. They don't deserve you. It doesn't matter. Friendships. And I feel like I've dealt with this more in friendships than any like relationship with boys. So I just try to stay grounded in the sense that I am who I am. I wake up every day, and there's nothing, like you said, you can morph into a better version of yourself or worse version of yourself, but you have that core Shannon inside of you. I'm speaking for myself. I have this core Shannon inside me that for the most part isn't going to change. So every day I wake up and I am her. I'm her because what the fuck else is the option? Spending so much time pretending to be someone else I don't have time for that shit. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you wake up every day and you work at Sonic. Like, you don't have time for that. You don't have time to not be Ashley. Be fucking Ashley. If you're wasting time trying to be someone else, like, there's so much other shit you could fill your time with. And those people aren't worth it. And then you're doing this balancing act of pretending to be someone you're not for someone else's purpose. And don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. And so that's how I stay grounded. I just look myself in the mirror and I'm like, don't do that shit. But we don't do that anymore. That's what I say, because I used to do it all the time. I look at myself and I go, we don't do that anymore. What you're doing right now, we don't do that anymore. And then I don't do it anymore.